What is up, guys? Dalton H. Stokes here with another video on Emeria control. Blue, that is Azorius or blue-white Emeria control. It's also named Titan control because of the Sun Titans. But so far I've been very pleased with this deck. It's everything I like in a deck. It's grindy. It's controlling. It's attrition based. Which is everything I like in a deck. It basically it centers around Emeria. It's not a legendary land, but just a land from Zendikar. If you guys don't know, that if you control 7 or more planes, you can return target creature from your graveyard on your upkeep. So it plays kind of like a Reanimator deck, but more like a value deck. Plays Lone Missionaries, Wall of Omens, Flicker Wisps, Court Hussars, which is a Anticipate on a stick. I was running Reflector Mage and Kami of False Hope, but I cut those for an extra D-Sphere and an extra Flicker Wisp, and for a Wrath of God. What else? Some Fourth Spreading Seas. I was also playing Mortar Pod. I was playing Pilgrim's Eye at one point. Pilgrim's Eye was just awful in this deck. It was terrible. I couldn't bear to play it anymore. I'm thinking about putting Reflector Mage back in. I feel that that card is really good against aggro decks, a lot of different aggro decks. I feel like this deck lacks a little bit of early game interaction, and kind of depends on Wrath of God too much. So sideboard tech, Settle the Wreckage, I think is really good. Ruined Halo is honestly an all-star in any white deck. It's just so good. It swings so wide. You can name so many different cards that are and it be good and it be worth having in your deck. I mean, it's just so great. Remorseful Cleric for the sideboard. It's like a Tormod's Crypt on a flying stick, which is really good. Being able to fly over people is pretty important, especially in a controlling matchup, or in a controlling game where you have D-Spheres and stuff. But without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get into it and play. They've got a Blood Crypt, Goblin Lore. What is that? Draw 3, discard 4 or something like that? Draw 4 cards and discard 3 at random. Interesting. And they discarded Lightning Bolt, Bloodgust, Hollow One. Ha! That's funny. Fetch lands aren't the best thing in the world right now. So now I have enough to play Sun Titan here, which actually is pretty good. I have 2 basics, so I can get a Prairie Stream. Because this Sun Titan basically gains me 4 life. Oh wait, 2, 4, 5. Whoops. I do not have enough. Well, that's okay. I wish this was a Field of Ruin instead of a Ghost Quarter right now. I think that's really all I do this turn. Because I'd rather start to Ghost Quarter after. After I get the lands for it. After I play Sun Titan, that is. We're going to have to lose another life here. I could just go ahead and board wipe that away, but I don't think that's necessary. I think I can just play Windswept Heath, crack it. Get a Plains, and then play Sun Titan. And then everything is okay. So I gain 4 life, I go up to 6. Choose Lone Missionary. Gain 4 life, go up to 6. And now I can block the menace creature if I have to. I think the potential draws that are bad for me are probably like Flamewake Phoenix. If they have 2 lightning bolts, that's really bad for me. Other than that, I mean, I think we've stabilized now. Once you get a Sun Titan down, it's kind of hard to beat this deck. So they have the lightning bolt. That'll resolve. Oh, they're lightning bolting my Lone Missionary. Are they gonna pump this up to 6? It looks like that's what they're gonna try and do. Let's pump this. Ooh. Okay, so they need to discard a lot more than that to kill me here. I mean, they're gonna do 4 damage to me because of the menace, which is kind of annoying. But I mean, it's basically like they lightning bolted me. They only buffed it by 3. If they have like a Street Wraith, if they have 2 Street Wraiths in hand, if both of their cards in hand are Street Wraiths, they could do it. Ooh, but they don't have the mana to reanimate Flamewake, which is kind of funny to me. So they're just gonna attack for 4. That's fine. If it's not lethal, I don't really care. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna Ghost Quarter them. And then I think I'd rather path of this one. Actually, I think the sequencing I want here is actually a little different. So I think what I want to do here, okay, yeah, this is exactly the sequencing that I want. I don't think I actually have enough mana to do it. I want to do the 3. What I would really like to do is Flicker Wisp, then Flicker Wisp the Sun Titan, and then Supreme Verdict. But I don't have enough mana to do that. I guess if I were to get back a land with Sun Titan trigger, I could do it. But is it worth not getting a Lone Missionary? I feel like the whole point of this deck is to get the Lone Missionary. I could also D-sphere the Bloodcast, which wouldn't be bad either. I think I'll just do that. And then I'll save the Verdict move for later. So I think it'd be better to hit the Bloodghast pre-combat. Just to avoid any shenanigans that they might put forth. And then we'll go to combat. Attack for over 50% of their life total. Get a Lone Missionary. Yes. Gain 4 life. Then we'll go to my main phase 2. I could Ghost Quarter them again, or I could just Spreading Seas. I think that would achieve the same goal, but it would net me a card. So I think I'm going to play Ghost Quarter, cast Spreading Seas. And then leave up a path. 2 paths, apparently. If anything swings for lethal next turn, I can just path it. Or if they have any shenanigans like they did last turn of lightning bolting my Lawn Missionary. The fact that Faithless Looting discards 2 cards is really good for them, for this deck. So they're getting another Bloodghast here. That's fine. They're going to send both of them under the premise that I can only actually block one of them. Which isn't a bad assumption. I'm just going to path this. Actually, I'll probably path the Bloodghast and block the Flameblade Adept. Because I'd rather the Bloodghast be exiled. I don't know, they're just not going to attack at all. If they end their turn, I'm just going to path the Bloodghast. That actually probably wasn't the smartest moves, because I could blink D-Sphere and hit Bloodghast. But I'd rather flicker Sun Titan with Flicker Wisp anyway. Another Ghost Quarter. So they did get a land off of. I could just path them to get them to get another land. I think that's probably pretty good. Okay. Well, they just gave up. That seems good for me. I'll put in a Settle the Wreckage and Remorseful Clerics. Anything else sounds good. Sorcerer Spyglass. Does that? I don't think that works on anything relevant. It doesn't work on Flamewake Phoenix because that's a triggered ability. Yeah. I think that's the maximum sideboard that I need. I think I could trim a Sun Titan here. I feel like D-Sphere is okay still. I think I can trim a D-Sphere though, because I think it's kind of slow. Against this deck, exiling is just way superior to destroying their creatures. I'm thinking I think I'm gonna trim a Flicker Wisp. I find myself trimming one Flicker Wisp just because I can get away with it. Like I had a Flicker Wisp all game last game and it just didn't help me that much. I didn't really need it though to help me. I'm gonna keep this hand. Has some disruption and has some potential to get the wheels going here. So I'm going to keep it and see where they go. So just land go. And I drew another path. That was one of the best draws probably in my deck. So now we're just going to fetch into their turn. Because it's good practice, I guess. And if they play like anything crazy, I can path it into turn, which is handy. I'm kind of down for pathing a Bloodghast. Okay, I'm more down for pathing a hollow one, though. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. There we go. And now I'm good. Getting the Trials is a pretty fair card to play, too. Especially turn 3. Nah. I don't really have anything to play here, so... I wanted to get in a second basic here, so that I can grab a Prairie Stream with my Flooded Strand. I'll actually probably get it with Windswept Heath, just to keep the Flooded Strand open to get both basics, if needed. I don't think it will be, but if needed. Okay, so they're fetching. I could path the Bloodghast here, but I'd rather just take the 2 and see what else they have. Because pathing a Hollow one or a Flamewake Phoenix is better, to me at least. Another Hollow one. So yeah, we're just going to path it again. And then I'll play Court Hussar next turn. Oh, I have 2. So yeah, I'm going to play the Windswept here. The Windswept only gives me 1 basic, so I'd rather use it to get a duel. Especially one that does not hurt me. I think I want to take a Remorseful Cleric here. It's better than the other things. It's just really good against them. Then I'm good for the rest of the turn. Alright, they're lightning bolting my Court Hussar. Okay. Well, they're going to get into 2 damage off of me. That's not the worst. Probably just play another Court Hussar next turn. They have 2 Flamewake Phoenixes in their graveyard, 3 cards in hand. Okay. All of these things are things I can deal with. So let's go ahead and just play Court Hussar. It blocks Bloodghast really well, so, and that's what we have on board right now. I'll take the Supreme Verdict. I don't think I need 2 Remorseful Clerics, but I am going to shuffle it back in so that I can draw another one if necessary, if I need it. Did they just lightning bolt it again? That's funny. Okay. So it's looking like I'm going to just Wrath next turn. That's what it's looking like to me. Wrath, and then the next turn Remorseful Cleric plus Gideon, probably. Taking the damage here. So they're ending their turn, and then I'll fetch. I will get a Hallowed Fountain. So here I can just play Emeria. I don't need any more mana than I have. Alright. So we're going to Wrath those 2 creatures away. And then next turn we'll have a Remorseful Cleric. So they're getting a Bloodghast back. Which isn't my favorite thing. They're playing another Bloodghast, which also is my favorite thing. But we have a Wrath of God. So here I'm just going to Wrath and then play Remorseful Cleric. Yeah. Definitely the right move here. And now, if they try to reanimate anything, I can just pop this in response. And then I can throw down Gideon and uptick targeting the Flameblade Adept. What's great about Remorseful Cleric is it has flying. Excuse me. It has flying, which is just a great beater. It's a 2/1 flyer for 2. It's just great, especially with that ability. It was printed in M19, by the way, so it's fairly new. Pretty good tech, though. That is the technology. We have the technology. Alright, yeah. Alright, well, we 2-0'd, Hollow One pretty easily, so. They really didn't even give me that much of a hard time. Like, I was never really worried that I was going to lose any of those games. This deck performs very well, I think. I think I'm probably still going to cut a Flicker Wisp. I don't like having 4 in the main, simply because it feels like I'm always drawing Flicker Wisps and never enough things to blink with them. So I think 3 is the right number on the Flicker Wisps. As far as the D spheres go, I think I'm liking having 3. But I think it's one of those things where it's on the border. I think another card could be better. So lots of colorless lands here. We've got 2 Lone Missionaries and a Path. I'm going to keep this hand even though I can't cast everything in it. Temple Garden, or Stomping Ground, I mean. Yeah, there we go. So we're just going to play the Emeria tapped first. Is this Ponza? It's kind of looking like Ponza. No? Maybe not. I'm just going to play a Lone Missionary here. I don't really need blue mana yet, so I'm not even going to use my Flooded Strand. If this is Ponza, I don't want them getting rid of my blue land. Okay, that's a Blood Moon. That is a Blood Moon. Okay, well, that plan's out of the window. I actually really want to path the Skoos, too. But I will trade with it if they attack, which I am completely down with holding my path for something else. Alright, so we have 2 planes now, which isn't bad. Which is enough to play Gideon of the Trials in a minute. They don't want to trade with me on the Scavenging Ooze, so I think I'm going to attack here. I know they're not going to block. I could just path the Skoos, but I think this is better. Because, like, they could bolt my Lone Missionary and then waste mana on putting a counter on it. Which is fine with me. Let's see what they got here. Bonfire of the Damned. Target player or planeswalker and each creature they control. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 here. They don't have enough mana. Unless they play a land here, they don't have enough mana to pump Skoos. Yeah, so I'm going to take 2. Down to 25, so I'm really not that worried, to be honest. As of right now, they don't have the mana to pump Skoos twice, so I'm just gonna plus up Gideon, play Gideon, start bringing him in. I don't know what this deck is. I guess it's Ponza, Tireless Tracker. Okay. I think I'd rather actually path Tireless Tracker than Scoos. Actually, no. No, I think I'd rather... I don't know. The Scoos is really... It really prevents me from doing stuff. But the Tireless Tracker gives them a lot of gas, which I don't like either. Well, it's not like I can do anything this turn, so... The Scoos can't attack me, which is good. If I draw another path here, I think I'll... Okay, Court Hussar's good, but I can't play it, so... I could path the Flicker Wisp and get a land to play it. I don't think that's worth it, though. I think this is just good beats, so I'm gonna get in there for 4 with Gideon. I don't think they'll block. But if they do, if they double block, well, I mean, it would be dumb for them to double block. Court Hussar would be really good to play here. They don't have a green up right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and path the Scoos. I'm not really that worried about the Tireless Tracker. It'll get out of hand, but I can flicker it and get the counters off of it. Yeah. So the most they're going to hit me for is like 5 here. I'm just not worried about it. Yeah, there's a Utopia Sprawl. This has got to be Ponza. A variant. Or maybe all of them play Bonfire. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not that up with the meta right now. But, they're tapping out, it looks like. Okay, Primal Command. They bounced. What happened to Gideon? They probably put Gideon on the top of my deck. Put target non-creature permanent on the top of its owner's library. Target player shuffles their graveyard into their library. Yeah, that's what they did to me. They made me shuffle Gideon back into my library. Interesting. All I really have to play here is Flicker Wisp. They don't have any mana, so I can flicker the Clue token and make it go away. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad at all. Kind of undid the repercussions of pathing a creature. Tireless Tracker is a really good card. But I'm over here with 22 life, and they're over there with 14. Oh, that is an Inferno Titan. Yeah, and they're going to kill my Flicker Wisp here. Wow, that's good. And they're going to deal 2 damage to me. I really want a Sun Titan here. A Sun Titan would be killer. It's not looking like I'm going to get that, though. To be honest. The Primal Command was honestly really good. Gideon was a lot of my my driving force here. I mean, Gideon would be a great draw because I could target Inferno Titan every turn, and I would be satisfied with that. Yeah, they're over here getting so much value, and I'm just kind of stuck top decking. That's what Blood Moon does, though. If I had blue mana, this would be a non-issue because I could play Court Hussar, have a blocker. They're going to do a lot of damage to me this turn. They're going to deal 11, 13, 14 damage to me this turn. If I don't draw anything good, they turn this game around really fast. Because I felt pretty comfortable in this game. Yeah, that's not what I needed. Alright, they got us game 1. We'll get them game 2, though. Disdainful Stroke seems like it might be good. Primal Command, and Inferno Titan. I think those are two spells that I like to counter. I think I can trim a D-Sphere. And a Flicker Wisp. It's funny because I'm trimming these two things. These are the two things that I keep talking about cutting. Because I just feel like I can live without them. If I can live without them, my deck's probably better with something else in them. I guess I probably should have gotten negates to counter land destruction. That probably would have been a better idea. But I guess I didn't do that. Probably would take out maybe a Phantasmal Image and a Lone Missionary. They didn't really get to see much of my deck, and if they don't know this deck, they probably don't know how to sideboard against it. So we'll definitely take the play here. This seems like a very keepable hand, so I'm going to keep it. Although it does seem very vulnerable to Blood Moon. So I'm going to play the Irrigated Farmland just in case we don't draw another land next turn. See what they have. I'm hoping that they play a basic here so I can Spreading Seize it. I'd rather Spreading Seize their basic right now to give them incentive not to play Blood Moon. Because if they don't have basics, Blood Moon gets a lot less good for them. Let's see what they do though. Yes, that is a basic. And they're playing an Arbor Elf, which makes it even better because Spreading Seas will cut off Arbor Elf here. So unless they play another forest next turn, they're not going to be able to use Arbor Elf either. So we're going to shock here. Spreading Seas that. Hopefully that's okay. I can deal with that. Okay, so now they can play a... Okay, so they could have played a land destruction spell this turn. Okay, so now they have a lot of land, or they have a lot of mana stuff to play. I may D-Sphere the Arbor Elves. It may actually be better... Could be good to play Field of Ruin and just Field of Ruin their stomping ground here. And get a basic island off of it. I honestly don't feel that bad about that. Because then I'm knocking them down to one color. 2 with birds. But I can get rid of birds pretty easily. I can D-Sphere birds. I'd rather probably D-Sphere Arbor Elf, but I think I'm definitely putting them in an awkward position to do this to them. I think this is not going to help them very much. And I think it also diversifies my land, so if they play another Blood Moon, I think I'll be a lot better off. Getting Arbor Elf with D-Sphere would feel really good, but I feel like I'm going to end up D-Sphering the birds to keep them off of their colors. Because right now, unless they play something that gets them red mana, They don't have enough red mana to play. They don't have enough red mana to play a land destruction card, and like Stone or Molten Rain. And then if they play a Blood Moon, I can Detention Sphere the Birds of Paradise, and then yeah. So now the Arbor Elves are just 1/1s. So yeah, now they're just gonna try and beat me down with the Arbor Elves, which is fun. So yeah, now we're just gonna D-Sphere. I'm not really under much pressure, so I don't really have to advance my board state that much. So that takes a color. That takes a lot from them. Then we'll play our land and pass. I could play Flicker Wisp next turn, which is probably what I'll do. I'll probably flicker the Spreading Seas and get a card off that. So they're just gonna beats with Arbor Elf now. Yeah, I've put them in a really awkward position here. Alright, so I could Flicker Wisp, or I could Crucible Worlds. I think Flicker Wisp is better right now. Whoa! I meant to play a land, Jesus. Okay, well that's okay. I could hit the mountain, but I'd rather leave Arbor Elves to be turned off. I think that's just better. And then I get a card, which is Flooded Strand. It's pretty good. I'm pretty upset about that, though, because now I'd be able to play Sun Titan next turn. If they swing an Arbor Elf at me, ooh. Now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. They have 1 red and a bunch of green. I don't know what they're playing here. Possibly a Primal Command. So they're gonna shuffle it back into my deck to get their Birds of Paradise back. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. It's funny that they really want it that bad, though, that they're willing to do that. It also sucks that Primal Command doesn't kill it. It just throws it out. Oh, and my Field of Ruin got shuffled back in, which is not the best for me either. Now at this point I'm just winning. So so let's attack with Flicker Wisp here. And then we'll go to main 2. Could just play another land. Play Lone Missionary and Crucible of Worlds. That seems pretty good. Or I could play Flicker Wisp, blink the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, I think I'd rather do that. Blink. Or I could blink the Spreading Seas and get another card. No, I think I'd rather have another blocker. And yeah. Then I'll play an Emeria. I guess I probably should have left a white open instead of a blue. So what I could do here is I could loop Flicker Wisps. Or I could, yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to do. I'm going to birds. I'm going to exile their birds until end of turn. This is actually a pretty handy thing you can do with Flicker Wisps, is link them together so that you can exile your opponent's things on their turn. They've got an Inferno Titan. They're going to kill a Flicker Wisp. They're going to kill both Flicker Wisps and deal 1 to me. And the next turn, I'm just going to jam a Sun Titan. Yeah. That's all they have. And they get their birds back, but we're not really worried about that. I think we play the land that doesn't hurt us here. Then we Sun Titan. We get back a Flicker Wisp. We say okay. Yes. Then we blink Sun Titan. And then we pass. Yeah, I can't play anything. So yeah, now I pass. Flicker Wisp comes into play. Or, sorry, Flicker Wisp ability triggers. Sun Titan comes back into play. Then we get another Flicker Wisp. We hit yes. And then we can flicker the Sun Titan until end of turn, but then it re-enters and gives them another trigger. But they can also attack here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. No. So we don't want to trade Inferno Titan for Sun Titan. So I really don't want them to attack with it, because if they attack with Inferno Titan, they're gonna have the same result. They're gonna be able to kill Flicker Wisp, but they're just not gonna be able to attack with it. So they have 4 cards in hand. I'm gonna flicker their Inferno Titan until the next end step. See, this is why chaining Flicker Wisp is really good, because you can exile their stuff. You can basically just cut them off of things. I could have cut. I mean, you can cut them off on lands if you want to. It's kind of gnarly. Maybe that is a reason to run 4 Flicker Wisps, because they chain well together. Maybe I should try that more often. Just like turn 3 play Flicker Wisp, turn 4 blink Flicker, attack with Flicker Wisp, play Flicker Wisp, blink Flicker Wisp, exile one of their lands until next turn. That could be good. Cut them off. It would set them a land behind on turn 4. Especially if I'm on the play, it'd be good. Yeah, see now they're having to really think about what to do here. There's not that many good plays for them anymore. They're gonna get to kill both of my Flicker Wisps when their Inferno Titan's gonna come back on their end step. So they're gonna be able to kill both of my Flicker Wisps, which I don't think I really care about that much. I mean, it's unfortunate I won't be able to swing 6 flying at them, but are they going to play another Inferno Titan? I kind of doubt it. Okay, so they have a Glory Bringer, and they're going to exert it. You may exert it if you do 4 damage to target non-dragon creature. So they're dealing it to my Sun Titan. Oh, so they're gonna kill my... Yep, okay, that makes sense. Yep, that's pretty good. So I think here I want to double block and kill the Glory Bringer, because Inferno Titan can make quick work of those Flicker Wisps anyway. Or it may just be good to take it so that he can only kill. They can only kill one of my Flicker Wisps with because they have to do 2 damage to the Sun Titan to kill it, and then they can deal 1 to the other. But I don't think that puts me in much different a position, and I think I'd rather just take the Glorybringer with them. Yeah. Of course, I'd rather hit the Sun Titan, but it's kind of hard to get rid of a Sun Titan here. So that's a Disdainful Stroke. That would have been handy a while ago. We're going to definitely take a beating. Definitely need to play Lone Missionary. And then we'll Spreading Seas one of their lands and see what we get. Let's go ahead and cut off the Arbor Elf thing going on here. See what we get off the draw. Another basic Plains. All for that. And then we'll just play Crucible. Pass the turn. It may have been better to leave up Disdainful Stroke. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So, but I think I will need Crucible to get my Plains count, if I live that long, that is. They're going to hit me for quite a bit here. They're probably going to hit me for 8, 9, 10, 11. They could hit me for 11 right here. Is the potential. They could play a Utopia Sprawl. Probably do more. Okay, Torch of Defiance is probably pretty good here. That would have been, yeah, that would have been good to Disdainful Stroke. Maybe I probably should have not have played Crucible. Could have played Crucible when I needed to use Flooded Shrine. That probably makes a lot more sense. Looks like we're about to lose to Ponza here. Inferno Titan's a hard card to beat. But Path to Exile is, funny enough, one of the cards that beats it. But I think it's too late here. I think they have 3... They have 2 damage. They have enough to kill me, yeah. It's unfortunate. Let's play it out and see what happens. So when they begin combat, I'm just going to Path the Inferno Titan. We'll see if they, because if they think, they may use their Arbor Elves, which I guess they can't because of the Spreading Seas. They may play, they could play a Forest. Yeah, they could play Utopia Sprawl. Then nope. Okay, we're gonna Path the Titan here. Yeah, and then we're down to 1, and they kill us with Arbor Elves. So then we just fetch. Alright, well we got 2-0'd by Ponza, which isn't the best. Though, I guess if I had yeah, I think I would have had a better game if I had what's it called? 2 Reflector Mages in the main. I definitely do. I think Reflector Mage is a very strong card for this deck. Because I could have bounced their Inferno Titan. They wouldn't have been able to play it the next turn. They could have played it the next turn. I could have Flicker Wisped it. And yeah, it would have just been better than exiling it till the end of their turn. So I'm definitely thinking I'm going to take out a D-Sphere and a Flicker Wisp for 2 Reflector Mages. I think it's just more interactive. It also just adds to this deck's number of ways to answer things. Well, I don't like that picture. I've actually seen a deck ramp that card out. I think it was that card, the Jund guy, with all the abilities, and then untaps your lands. I really actually want to keep this hand, but I know I probably can't. If I were to draw an island or any other land, really, it would just be pretty fantastic. But I think there's always that if I don't, I'm going to lose the game, so I'm going to mulligan. Alright, this is a better hand, I think. Curves out at 3. There's no 2 drops here, which I don't necessarily like, but I'm good with that. So they're going to decide whether they're going to mulligan or not. They're going to keep. I'm going to keep. That is a 3rd land. If I use Floated Strand and just get shuffled away anyway, we'll keep it on top. We'll see what happens here. I'll just play Flooded Strand, and if I feel like keeping it, I won't shuffle. Let's see what they do. Land go. Land fetch go. Land fetch Thoughtseize go. Marsh Flats. There's not a lot of decks that play that. Okay, well we know what deck it is now. Mardu Shadow? Or maybe Marsh Flats is just an off-color fetch. Or half on color, I guess. They're gonna fetch Shock. I think this is a really good hand for dealing with Death Shadow. Yeah, it's looking like Grixis Death Shadow. I think the land is just too vital here. I think I need it too badly. So I'm just gonna take the Emeria. I don't think they're gonna Blood Moon me, so I think I can go crazy with the non-basics. I guess I don't want to show them that I don't have a path, so. So I'll crack it end of turn. The one that I don't want to draw into most is Hollowed Fountains. I'll get that. Okay. We're going to shock this, play Court Hussar. I especially want to play Court Hussar because they don't have anything out for me to plus up Gideon on. And it'd be relevant. I'd rather just get the card off Court Hussar. Let's see what we get here. Flicker Wisp isn't bad. A 4th land would be good though. Who am I kidding? I'm just gonna take the Flicker Wisp. Pass the turn. I really don't need a 4th land here. It's not like a 4th land's gonna let me play 2 spells a turn. They're all 3 drops, and I'm gonna be playing 1 spell a turn for quite a while here. Okay, so they have the Fatal Push, which I'm really not that worried about. Yeah. Guess they couldn't have hit. They couldn't have hit Gideon. They could have hit the Flicker Wisp though, which would have been better for them, probably. They're getting a lot of. They have 5 cards in graveyard. They're definitely within a Gurmag Angler. We have the Death Shadow. Do they have another Death Shadow? That'd be fun. Then I could de-sphere both of them. Okay. So if that's all they have, I just play my Gideon. Are they? Am I getting? I'm getting stubborn denied. I should have played my Ghost Quarter first, I guess. Ha! Wow. Rip me. Oh well. I have another Gideon, so it's not that big a deal. I'll take 3, 4, 5 damage maybe. I'll take something that's not lethal, basically. I accidentally just hit 9. What does 9 do? 9 is not a button that does anything. Okay. Feel better now. So we're only taking 2 here. Yeah. Not at all worried about that. We're going to draw another card. I guess it might be smarter to look like I'm holding up Path than Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter is really not that important against them. Yeah, no stubborn enough for that, huh? So they're just playing another land. They can't do anything. Sun Titan seems good here. 2, 4, 5, but I don't have enough lands. Yep. So I think I just D-sphere the Death Shadow and get in for 4 with Gideon. They're gonna oh, okay. So they're going to counter it, it looks like. Yep, that's gross. This deck is really good. It's very synergetic and good. Starboard Denial is a great card in this deck. Okay, well, that's not the worst thing in the world, to be honest. What? I don't even know why my turn passed. That was weird. I didn't get to plus up Gideon. They're gonna probably kill Gideon here. Yeah, they're gonna kill Gideon here. That's kind of gross. Honestly, I'm just hoping for a land here. Lily of the Last Hope. That's kind of the last thing I wanted to see here. They're winning a lot more than I want them to right now. Yep, okay. Well, this gets a lot better now. So I think I get Gideon. I think the Death Shadow is a more immediate threat, so I get Gideon here. I don't think they're going to have anything to do to this. And then we can plus up targeting the Death Shadow. And then we'll just pass turn. So then next turn, probably get a D-sphere. Okay, they're just scooping. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they could have won that. So against this deck, Rune Tailor's pretty good. Remorseful Cleric's okay. Sorcerer Spyglass gets Lily. That's pretty much it, so I don't think that's good. Rune Halo, because they only have like 3 win cons in their deck, and cutting them off with 2 sounds pretty good. I don't think Lone Missionary is that important in this deck, or in this matchup. Could bring in another, take out another Lone Missionary and bring in something else. Negate could hit Lily, or I think I just need to play around what's it called better. The 1-drop counter spell, the Force Spike plus. Okay. So now we're gonna mulligan. No, we're gonna keep this hand. This hand's pretty great against Death Shadow. Got a D-Sphere for a Lily or a Wincon, and a Path for a Wincon as well. So they're gonna shock here, of course. Just gonna. They're gonna Serum Visions. Seems good. I don't think they're really gonna play anything that I need to path next turn, so usually they're more of a turn 3 threat kind of deck. They're gonna Inquisition me, which is pretty inconvenient, but not unbeatable. All of them, it seems like a pretty good play here. Yeah. Getting the draw feels pretty good here. Especially since they just took my path. Alright, so Wrath of God seems like a good draw here. Not really that they played that many creatures, but really any removal spell against this deck is just good. Because they have very few creatures. I mean, I guess they have like 8. Probably, but they have less of a variety of creatures. Usually they only end up playing like 2 or 3 creatures per game. Sometimes more. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to D-Sphere and get both of them. Seems like pretty great value town. Stubborn Denial with the win. Jesus. That's okay. I can't play for it. Wow. Stubborn Denial is just rocking this matchup here. I mean, I guess I should have played around it, but I got rid of it, so now I'm going to Wrath next turn. Tarmogoyf? I haven't seen one of these decks run a Tarmogoyf for a while. Like I'm only going to take, I guess I could pump it by 3 here. Yeah. Go to blocks. I don't care if Wall of Woman dies because I'm just going to Wrath next turn. so I'm just gonna Wrath. I don't think they're really gonna have anything for that. Ha! They just straight up scooped to that. Wow. Yeah. Well, there we go. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to game 4. Cool little thing. Apparently I beat Jeff Hoagland to the other game. My last game. Game 3. Didn't really realize that the other day when I was recording it. Alright, let's see what we have here. They won the die roll. This looks like a keepable hand. I'm not thrilled about the Sun Titans. Okay, so it looks like we're playing against control anyway, so slow start, not really that bad. And having a Field of Ruin plus Crucible World seems pretty great. So I also definitely think I want to save the Spreading Seas for when after I Field of Ruin, because Field of Ruin gives them basic, and then I can cut them off of that basic. Unless it's an island, of course. Looking like... could be Jeskai control, but it's probably blue-white control. More likely. So, I definitely want to conserve my time in this matchup. I've played this on MTGO before, this exact, or a similar matchup. And we both ended up almost going to time, so. Definitely gonna have to pull out all the stops to not die to time constraints. That's like the worst way to die anyway. That's pretty funny actually. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do about that. I feel like the Field of Ruin plan is a lot worse now. Now I think I just Spreading Seas them next turn. I think they're tapped out, so I should play Crucible, probably. I'll see you a Crucible, and I will... call you a Crucible. This is pretty gross. Wish I had a fetch land right now. Jace the Mind Sculptor. That's not the greatest for me right now. I don't really have too many ways to deal with that. Are they going to Fate Seal me? Okay, no, they're Fate Sealing themselves. Okay, D-Sphere is a good way to deal with Jace. They're also tapped out, so... honestly, D-Sphereing their Crucible of Worlds might have even been better there. If I get another D-Sphere, it's definitely hitting Crucible, though. Most definitely. Next turn, I'll probably Spreading Seas their Colonnade, and they just get to play this Flooded Strand over and over, don't they? Man, this is gross. Looks like a Teferi now, probably. Oh no, an Opt. I've never seen that art for Opt. That's awesome. I really like that. If you like old borders, I'm sure that would be your thing. I'm not much of an old border person, though. A Field of Ruin. This. Or not Field of Ruin, Spreading Seas. Okay. I can't really play anything else, so I'll play Emeria tapped. That sounds good to me. There's another D-Sphere. So let's go ahead and play that. Actually, it may be smart to Field of Ruin first. Yeah, it's smart to Field of Ruin first. So we should Field of Ruin that. Get a Plains. Play a Plains. D-Sphere. Crucible of Worlds. And then I can Flicker Wisp, the Spreading Seas, and put it on the Plains. 3. I don't even remember 6ing, but that's cool. So they got another Hallowed Fountain. Which is fine with me. Oh, I got my own Crucible of Worlds. I didn't realize it worked that way. So probably here what I'll do is I'll Flicker Wisp D-Sphere and hit Teferi instead. That's probably what I'm going to do, yeah. It's kind of gross though because they're going to... don't know. Okay, there it is. Oh. Put target non-land permanent into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. So they didn't have a way to shuffle my library. 3rd from the top, so I've got 2 cards to draw into. Ooh, that's gross. If I drew a non-tap land right here, I could have just played Sun Titan. I think I actually don't care about the Planeswalkers that much. Because I'm about to have a Sun Titan out. So I can play Flicker Wisp here. Flicker. I could Flicker the Detention Sphere and hit a Planeswalker. But that gives them their Crucible of Worlds back. It also gives me my Crucible of Worlds back. But I think I can deal with the Planeswalkers with just damage. So I'm going to Flicker the Spreading Seas, and I'm going to target the Field of Ruin, I think. Play the Emeria tapped. Pass the turn. And we'll see what I get. Wrath of God. Not the best draw. So they have a Terminus. Terminus is really bad for me. I'd rather than be Wrath of God, use Wrath of God than Terminus. Terminus definitely sets me behind here. Maybe I should have Flicker Wisp, one of the Planeswalkers. Probably the Jace, to be honest. Yeah, they have a lot of mana up next turn. I have a path for the Celestial Colonnade. I don't need to do anything to it. They have another Field of Ruin, though. We're going to animate Colonnade. Go to attacks. I'll path it. They're going to mana leak my path. Well, I can't pay for it. That's fine. I'm pretty cool with all that. Untap 2 lands. So, yeah, I have 2 mana. They can mana leak me still. So I could just play D-Sphere. Try and get around the mana leak. Okay. Then again, I don't think they're going to tap out again next turn for anything. They're almost tapped out, so if I play... I have exactly enough to play Sun Titan. If they mana leak me, kind of fucks me. 6 cards in hand. I'm sure they have them. I mean, the odds that they have a mana leak aren't that high. They could also have a remand, which would be pretty annoying. But if they have a remand, it does the same thing if I played Dimension Sphere. I think I'm just going to play Sun Titan here. It resolves, so... I think now I'm just automatically winning. Wow, they have another Terminus. That's brutal. That's fine. Brainstorming with Jace, getting ridiculous card advantage. So they're going to hit me for 4 here. I can't really do anything about that. And they get to untap 2 lands. They have Cryptic mana now. I think at this point we jam Sun Titan again. I just need them to exhaust their resources at this point. They're gonna mana leak me. That's gross. Wrath of God now does something. Yep. Can't do that. Play a land. So I think I'm gonna D-Sphere to Fairy here. He's getting close-ish. Yeah, they're just getting card advantage at this point. I think really that's all they need though. 3, 4 planes right now. 5. They have a lot of lands. Oh, they're playing another Jace the Mind Sculptor. They're gonna sack the old Jace and then probably start Fate Sealing me. Yeah. Let's see what they did, because it's actually relevant. Put the card on the bottom of the library. In this case, I don't think I fetch. Yeah, keep my fetch for when they leave it on top. Unless the fetch becomes relevant, which I don't think it is right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, give me 6. No, if it would give me a 7th one, I would definitely do it. But yeah, see, now they don't even need a reason to Celestial Colony. They definitely have counters now. This maybe is just be a game that I'm supposed to just scoop. It's not worth. It may not be worth giving up the time for it. Let's try this, see if this resolves. They can't mana leak me here. I figured they would just Cryptic draw. Yeah, I'll just pass the turn now. Leaving up Field of Ruin and Flooded Strand. We're gonna draw. Let's see if they Fate Seal me. If they Fate Seal me, I'll probably end up hitting Celestial Colonnade. They have a Ghost Quarter now. Yeah, so they're gonna Fate Seal me now. They're going to put the card on the top of my library. Guess they're not gonna animate Colonnade here. They're going to Field of Ruin on my Emeria. Leaving up Ghost Quarter to on my other Emeria. Yeah, that's fine. Use ability, yep. Get another Plains. And another Plains. And I have a lot of plans, but no Emerias. Just kind of a drag. Probably should have waited a turn on that Field of Ruin. But I wanted to shuffle my deck. That's a timely reinforcements. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and Spreading Seas, their Hallowed Fountain. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to Spreading Seas of Plains. Draw a card off that. Attempt to cast a Sun Titan. Actually, we'll cancel Fetch. That was actually pretty terrible. I should have a Hallowed Fountain here. Pay the life. We'll see what they do. They have 7 cards in hand. If they counter, I'll probably just concede. Cryptic, yeah, I'll scoop to that. They just had me on lockdown there. I don't think there was any draws that got me out of what was going on there. All right, so we're bringing in the Disdainful Strokes, the Spyglasses, Remorseful Clerics, Rune Halo. I don't think would do anything to me. No. But we'll bring out the Wrath and the Supreme Verdict. We'll bring out Flicker Wisp. Just a Flicker Wisp, though. I think I can take out 2 paths. If not really all my paths. I think D Spheres. Yeah. I think I have enough removal as is. And I think a Lone Missionary is fine to take out. I could put, yeah. I think I'll take out the Lone Missionaries and then add back in a Flicker Wisp and a Path to Exile. I think those 2 cards are better than Lone Missionary. Having 1 path isn't bad. In case they have something weird. Yeah, I like this. I like where I'm at. Alright. Really, it's important to get this game on lock very quickly. If I can control their early game, it's hard for their late game to take over. Or if I just keep pumping out cards, it's hard for them to keep up with that. There we go. Alright, Mulligan Key. I'll keep this hand. This is a very keepable hand, I think. The question, though, is whether I want to curve out at if I want to play a tapped land on turn 3 or 2. I can cycle this one, so I think I'll play this one first. Because I may just draw another basic here. Or non-tap land. Which I did. So we'll go ahead and play the Wall of Moments. And then pass. We got a Remorseful Cleric, which is one of probably a pretty great draw. Sorry about that. Okay, so Remorseful Cleric's probably one of the best draws we could have gotten here. We can stop them from flipping their Azkanta early. And I mean, it's just great. We can sag it in response to pretty much anything. Okay, so how do we want to play this? Also, I don't have a blue right now, so I guess I should play Irrigated Farmland and then play Remorseful Cleric. Yeah, we'll go with that. Go ahead and play the Remorseful Cleric. They're tapped out, so having that on board is good. That is a 2/2 flyer. And that'll also get in for some good early damage. And then we'll play Irrigated Farmland tapped and pass. They're playing really slowly here for whatever reason. I guess I got up for a second and they kind of zoned out into their phone or something. I don't quite know what's going on for them. Do know though that I hate playing against people that do this. Makes games of this take hours, man. All right. So I can't really F6 anymore because I want to be able to sack it in case they path me or well, if they path me or something. But I want to have the option basically. They have a Field of Ruin. I could D-sphere there as Kanta. I don't think I'm going to do that though. I think they have mana up here, so I'm gonna Court Hussar. I don't want to play Crucible when they don't have mana up. And they're gonna take 15 minutes to decide whether I'm allowed to do this or not. Oh, they're gonna mana leak it. Okay, I'm okay with that. Can't. Okay. Ah, shit. I was supposed to attack. I don't know why I didn't. Well, I'm done. Sometimes this interface just messes with me. I'm so used to not attacking, especially in this matchup. I just gave them 2 life, which could potentially be game changing. Has the potential to be. Serum Visions is fine. Three mana, no. 2D spheres. Let's just go to combat and see what they do. Man. I think I missed a land drop too. Not the best of me. Let's see if they counter this. No? That's interesting. Yeah, I think I'm good then. We'll get the wall then. I got a Ghost Quarter. It's pretty good in this scenario. Ghost Quarter Crucible is pretty good. They're going to Terminus me. I think in response, I want to sack Remorseful Cleric and exile their graveyard. Oh, I don't care what order. It could be. Well, if that's all they have, I think they're in trouble. Let's see what we get. Beginning of the trials. Jeez. I think as good as Gideon is, I think I'd rather have a Flicker Wisp here. I think I play Ghost Quarter first so they can't Field of Ruin it. Because they could Field of Ruin my Field of Ruin without me being able to Field of Ruin back. What are they doing? Nothing, okay. Figures. They just like taking forever. Ooh. They just Field of Ruin me? My Emeria. Okay, well I couldn't have done anything about that. Changed how that happened at all. They don't like Emeria. Emeria is really good against them, to be fair though. As Kanta. Well, that's getting Ghost Quartered. Is it 2 target lands? Tap 2 lands. So the ability is on the stack. Does they have to target? Because if I got Ghost Quarter a target, that'd be cool. No? Okay, well that's all I wanted to know. I now have 3 D-spheres, which is kind of funny because you can actually infinitely loop 3 D-spheres and get infinite triggers. I really hope they don't have a counter here. But if they do, it's not the end of the world because I'll just play a land and then play. See if they counter this. I'm kind of curious if they will. Looks like they wanted to, but couldn't. Alright, so this was a pretty productive turn. So they just disenchanted my D-sphere. That's not the most fun for me. I mean, they'll get one more uptick off of them, but I have 2 more D-spheres where that came from. I'm also going to start just plowing them with Field of Ruins. They're going to D-sphere me, targeting my Crucible, I guess. Yeah, I think I'll just D-sphere their D-sphere. So yeah, I want to play that first. So I have a Terminus, a Jace, a Dispel, and a Ghost Quarter. That's pretty handy. Okay. We'll name Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Then we are going to play Detention Sphere. Targeting their D-sphere. Oh, not named D-sphere. Oh, never mind. You can't loop D-spheres then. I guess they built a failsafe into that. The same name as that permanent. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but we'll just hit a search for Escanta. 3. That's helping them get a lot of card advantage. So it looks like the D-spheres, they're going to be there forever. Or not, the Crucible's going to be there forever. So we can't lock them, which is pretty unfortunate, to be honest. Now we're just going to go to combat and swing in. They're going to play Jace here. So now we've seen, now they played Ghost Quarter, Jace. So we, yeah. So they have Dispel Terminus, and that's all we know. They're going to get a Brainstorm, so they're going to get 3 cards, potentially even putting the 2 cards they have now back. Okay, so first, we're going to play Flicker Wisp. I could flicker their D-sphere. I don't think that's a good idea, though, because then they could hit Sorcerer Spyglass or one of my creatures. I could blink a land to untap it. I don't think that's necessarily that worth it, though. I think I just want to blink D-sphere here. Give them back their Escanta. Then I think I just want a Field of Ruin, their Field of Ruin here. Then play Hollowed Fountain tapped. I'll represent a path too. They have a Terminus in hand. And the mana to play it, so. And then we'll pass turn, get the D-Sphere back, hit Jace with it. I really need to stop taking 2-minute turns because it's hurting me quite a bit. I'm probably going to time out this game. Okay, so they're going to disenchant again. Oh, they're going to hit Sorcerer's Spyglass. That's fine, I'll just D-Sphere Teferi. Are they going to Terminus? That'd be kind of unfortunate, honestly. I'd really like to get in 4 damage here. No, they're going to... That's pretty gross. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I should have named Jace with Sorcerer's Spyglass. And D-Sphere the Teferi. I guess I really couldn't have known that they would have had the Snapcaster though. Yeah, I can. I'm more than happy to kill your Snapcaster. That's an Emeria. They have a Field of Ruin, which isn't the best for me. It looks like they're gaining favor here. They're gonna counter this one. Yeah. Jesus. Logic not. Starting to wish I never played that. I guess I had to at the time. It's not looking like I'm going to win this game. So this is going to go to Fairy. And I guess this could go to Jace. That'll force them to Terminus. They really didn't want me to kill Teferi, which is understandable. Okay. Best draws are probably Sun Titan here now. They just had too many answers to everything we had. As unfortunate as it is, it's part of the game. Ghost Quartering, my Teferi. Jesus, man. I've searched my deck so many times this game. They're going to look at the top card. Yeah. They did that before they Jace. They're pretty good at this. I mean, they're really not missing a step. If this Sun Titan resolves, I'll just scoop. Or it does. If it doesn't resolve, I'll just scoop. If it does resolve, I'll bring back a D-Sphere hitting Teferi. No, they're going to counter it. I'll concede to that. Yeah, I wasn't getting any action anyway. Alright, well, last game. As unfortunate as that was, we're 2-2, so this is kind of the deciding game of whether we did good or bad. Hopefully it's a good matchup for us. I hope it's a challenging matchup, though. I don't want to just steamroll someone. Okay. That's a lot of lands. But I'll try it. I mean, I don't really know what they're playing. I don't know what this is going to be good against. Oh, I think this is a decent hand. It's a decent hand for what we're seeing, I think. Unless this is a storm, which is possible. Okay, drawing that made this hand a lot better. And having the irrigated farmland made me feel a lot better, too. Let's play the flooded strand. I guess I should have played windswept heath there. Yeah, this is looking like storm. Get the hollowed fountain? No. Cool. D-sphere? Decent. Pass. Alright, let's see here. Just another island, land to go? Okay. I can play this game. I think I actually might just get a land and cycle. Get actually, I'll get a hollowed fountain and cycle this bitch. I don't think I need more lands than I have. I want to play a 3-drop. But I don't want to play Flicker Risk because I don't have anything to blink. Alright. So we're going to play Court Hussar and see what we get here. They may counter it. I mean, I really don't know what they're playing. By the way that they're playing, I don't think it's actually Storm. I mean, it still could be, but just seems like Storm would have played more cantrips. Yeah, they're remanding me. That's pretty good. That's pretty good play. Okay, we'll allow that. They're gonna opt. Yeah, this isn't really looking like a Storm deck. It's looking like more like UR control or a Delver maybe. Though all the cards that we're seeing are in Storm, so this still could be Storm. We're just trying to. I'm just trying to. But they're past going, so. Emeria. I can play Emeria, yeah. I'll play Court Hussar first. It could remand me again or just fully counter it, which I would be completely okay with. I'm fine with them wasting their spells on this. They're gonna Snapcaster, remand it. Okay, well, that's cool. That doesn't really bother me that much. Just gonna play the land and pass. I don't think this game works well for them. This game of remanding me a bunch. I'll get in for 2 here. I don't even care about pathing right now. Alright, let's try Court Hussar one more time. Resolves this time. I'll take Field Ruin, I guess. Maybe Wrath of God would have been better. I don't know. But judging on what I'm seeing here, I think Field Ruin's pretty okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had to play my 5th, so next turn I'll be able to play Sun Titan. So if I go... There's no reason to give them more information by playing Field of Ruin. I know that's really my nit, but... Lightning Bolt my Court Hussar. Okay, Dictate of Krufix. Interesting. Untapped target legendary permanent. Okay. So we get another draw. I don't think they want me to draw that many cards. I just don't think it's advantageous for them. I think at this point, I don't even play Sun Titan. I just throw out as much. I just vomit as much as I can on the board. And then see what they do to that. Draw another card. Play land. Play a lone missionary and beat that down to 7. Man, it's like we have a Library of Alexandria right now. We're just keeping it 7. So now their Snapcaster does nothing unless they path my wall. I mean, I guess they can't path my wall because they're not white, but they're not in white. They're playing another Dictate. Oh, this is 2 Dictates. What? This is crazy. I'm just going to de-sphere the Dictates next turn after I get a draw off of it. If they have a counter for it, then I'll just play Sun Titan the next turn. Exhaustion? That's a modern card? Huh. That's hilarious. What are they doing? I'm so confused what the goal of this deck is. But I kind of want to be playing it at the same time. Like, this is so wonderfully janky. Days Undoing? What? This is absolutely hilarious. So none of my land's tapped here. I have to discard quite a few cards here. So, what land do I want to play? Not irrigated farmland, that's for sure. Plains. Let's play Plains. And then I'll attack for 2. And then clean up. We have 10 cards, so we have to discard 3. I'll go with a Path, a Verdict, and a Wall of Omens. Maybe I should. I guess I should have discarded a land there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I'm okay with hitting my land drop. Continuing to hit my land drops is actually pretty good. And I'm still very confused as to what this deck's supposed to be doing. So, oh, okay, it's this deck. So do we lose now? They just time warped us. Ancestral Vision, the Exiled Zone. Okay, so this is taking turns. Now they Lightning Bolt me and go to their next turn. Okay. This is interesting. So now I block. They're gonna bolt my Wall of Omens here probably, or else they just wouldn't attack. Yep. It's also looking like they're not planning on giving me another turn here. Snapcaster, bolt me? Or I guess they're gonna target Time Warp. Yeah, that's actually probably more accurate. Good. Well, now I know what this deck is. So if I lose to it, I think I'll win the next two. Just because I know how to play against it now. Alright, JMS is pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Exhaustion. That's gross. I'll play another Wall of Omens next turn probably. Play the Ghost Quarter. Play Wall of Omens. Draw my card. Pass the turn. So now I discard 2 lands and probably actually another land. Yeah. I guess I probably should have discarded Emeria instead of the Flooded Strand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not really that close to getting my planes count, but I need to start getting there. Let's see if they have more turns to take here. I mean, they're seeing, what, 3, 6 cards a turn? Which is pretty crazy. I mean, they should be able to hit whatever they want to hit. 5 cards enter the exile zone. Oh, they delved for Temporal Trespass. Let's just concede this game. Let's go to the next game. I mean, they might have whiffed, but, you know, it's not that much of a big deal for me. Sorcerer Spyglass for Jaces. Seems good. They delve. Remorseful Cleric might be good. Supreme Verdict's honestly just bad. Path isn't great. I think trim 2 at least. There's not much I really want to take out after that, though. So I guess I'll just trim another path. I could bring in Rune Halo, but what is that? I don't think that really keeps me from dying to anything. I mean, I guess Exhaustion wouldn't work. I think that targets, but I'm not even sure that targets. Look it up, but I'm not going to. Okay. So, we're going to go with, would you like to play first? Yes. I think this is a pretty good hand. Yeah. I'm going to keep this. So now I'll just play my land and pass. Ancestral Visions is a good ass turn 1 play, especially against me. Hoping to draw blue into a blue land here, so I can have negate up at some point. That is not a blue land. It can turn into a blue land though. Yeah. Yeah, it can. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna... They're gonna opt in response. Why wouldn't they let me filter their deck before they opt? That's... seems kind of dumb. Get the island. And pass the turn. So I have a D's here now. Not gonna play Wall of Omens. I guess they can't. There's no way they can go off next turn. So I think it's actually okay. They'll only have 4 mana. I don't see any way they could get 5. They're gonna remand my wall. Get an extra card. That's fine with me. I mean, really, that is absolutely okay with me. Next turn. They're gonna get to start going off here soon, though. If I don't do anything about it. Okay. So now I'm just gonna play Gideon. See if I can land that. Doesn't look like I'm going to. They're paying cost for remand. That's fine. I didn't want to negate their... I just want to negate a take an extra turn spell. I really do need to get a clock on the board, though. That's going to be important here. So they're going to cast A Visions, which is not the best for me. Them having a bunch of cards is not good. If I play a take an extra turn spell here, I'm just going to counter it. Then I'll play Gideon next turn, and I think I'll be in a pretty good spot. I think they couldn't have done much with their next turn, but I also didn't want to see what they could do. They're also going to have to discard quite a few cards now. Or 1 card, I should say. Not quite a few. Alright, but they're also tapped out, and now I can play Gideon, which gets me a clock on the board. I can't play Lone Missionary, actually. Can't play Wall of Omens either. So I guess I just make it look like... So I guess I just make it look like I have a negate. Okay. Exhaustion. Alright, well, seems good, I guess. They gonna play anything else? They have mana for Dictate at the end of my turn. That's probably what they'll do. I have a Disdainful Stroke. So now I'm good. I'll just pass. Oh, that's bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Oh, okay. That was bad of me. I should have attacked with Gideon. Man, keep doing this. We'll just pass. I mean, 4 damage is a lot, but it's not like we can't. We're gonna allow the dictate to land, but we're gonna counter any kind of extra turn spell they play this time. If they exhaustion us, we won't do that though. Time warp. Yeah, we're gonna disdainful stroke that. They don't have much mana. They have enough. They could have it. If they have a remand here, that'd be good. Or negate or anything like that. Counter magic in general. Yeah, it looks like they have something. Well, that's gross. That's way worse than remand. So they're going to go to their extra turn now. Draw an extra card. We beat Jeff Hoagland, but it looks like we're going to lose to taking turns. I don't remember what Jeff Hoagland was playing now. I have to go back and look. Jace, the Mind Sculptor seems pretty good. They're going to, of course, brainstorm with it, I'm sure. And then they're going to exhaustion me. Yikes. I'm going to kill Jace. I think. And they'd be at 13 right now if I had attacked them last turn. We'll go ahead and kill Jace. Yeah, it does target. So maybe I should have brought in a Ruined Halo. Because that's basically taking an extra turn card for them. Especially against me, which a tap out control deck. Yeah, they're probably going to have another take an extra turn spell here. I mean, they're actually not drawing that many cards. But there's their third time warp. One. And then next turn, they'll definitely have the mana for a Snapcaster time warp. This is not going well for us. They have another dictate. Snapcaster. Time warp. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and path their Snapcaster here. And get that out of the way. They don't have much mana. They may counter it, but if they waste a counter on that, I'm okay with it. Honestly, it really wouldn't be that much of a waste of a counter. Oh, they might counter it, to be honest. They boomeranged their... Ooh, that's good. Didn't know they played boomerang. Wish I did. And then I would have saved my path whenever they tried to boomerang their... Man, that would have been really good. Okay, they're going to Thing in the Ice me? That's kind of gross. They are taking lots of turns, but I don't feel like they're doing much with their turns. Got another time warp. I think they probably have 3 more Snapcasters. So now, yeah, they get to put the wall back, and they get to put Snapcaster back. They can only take so many turns. I guess they kill me this turn now. So that is a thing. Like, the Awakened Horror is pretty good. Alright, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I guess I only went 2 and 3. I lost to taking turns, but beat Jeff Hoagland, so that's a nice little paradox. But see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.